Energy for winners. Welcome to World Navi Uganda, your trusted getaway to Japanese cars. We deliver direct from Japan, getting out middlemen to give you the best prices. Choose from thousands of inspected vehicles, sedans, SUVs, vans, trucks, even hybrids and so much more. All with verified mileage and guaranteed quality. Enjoy transparent pricing, fast shipping and after-sales support right here in Kampala. Visit us at Forest Mall Lugogo or explore online. Call 256-704-105-159 today. World Navi Uganda, driving excellence from Japan to your driveway.
The festive season is here, a time when everyone wants to be with their loved ones. Last year, over 25,000 road accidents were recorded, resulting in more than 5,000 fatalities. Many of these tragedies were caused by making the wrong choices on the road. So make the right choices this festive season. Do not drink and drive. Always buckle up your seatbelt. Do not exceed the speed limit. If you're driving, put your phone away. That text or call can wait. Wear your helmet every time you ride. Your loved ones are waiting for you. Arrive alive this festive season. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Works and Transport, the Road Safety Coalition Uganda, and the Nicole Foundation. Secure in the car, safe on the road.
Hey travelers! Are you a family gearing up for that big vacation, a hustler working abroad coming home, or your squad chasing sunsets and passport stamps? It's time you lock in. Say goodbye to long airport queues, shocking roaming bills, and the stress of hunting for local SIM cards, because now you can travel like a local. Stay connected in over 180 countries. Just scan, tap, and boom! Instant data the moment you reach your destination. Get your Rogue Travel eSIM today at travel.roguetelecom.co.ug. Contact us on 020 500 123. Want to stream your favorite content without limits on Afro Mobile? Here's how to get started with the MTN Afro Mobile bundles. Open the Afro Mobile app on your phone. If you don't have it yet, download it from the Play Store or App Store. Tap your profile and scroll to purchase. Choose the bundle that works for you for 4K weekly or 10K monthly. Confirm your selection and complete payment directly through the app using your Momo Pay. Receive your confirmation and stream Minga non-stop. That's it. No codes, no hassle. Just tap, subscribe, and start streaming. Stream Minga non-stop, only with Afro Mobile and MTN.
Linear step with safety. Fena tutuke bulungi.
The advice I can give to my fellow riders: first of all, before you go to the road, you have to check your bike, especially the brakes, the side mirrors, and even the indicators. You know, this motorbike, they can communicate for itself. When you indicate on the right, the vehicle user or the road user can identify that this person is taking right corner or is taking left corner. But if you cannot indicate and if you cannot show the other road user that I'm taking this route, For him, we cannot decide for you. Even if you have the indicators, please, even try to show by your hand that I'm taking right, I'm taking left. That can help even the other road user to know where you are going.
The Uganda One Festival is here. The festival that unites us all and sets the tone for 2026 as Uganda rises as one. Join us for a 2-day power-packed cultural explosion happening at Kololo Independence Grounds, 8th to 9th January 2026. One nation, many peoples, endless stories. With over 200 acts, dazzling culture showcases, and electrifying music and dance. Come experience Uganda's culture, art, creativity, food, fashion, film, and innovation all in one unforgettable space. The Uganda One Festival. We are one. Powered by the Ministry of Gender, UPRS, Operation Wealth Creation, URSB, Uganda Tourism Board, State House, and SBL Media.
Sad moments, and more especially death, are inevitable, but malaria deaths do not have to be one of them. Do not regret. The power to chase mosquitoes lies in your hands. Mosquitoes lead to death. One bite could cost you everything. All you have worked for will be left behind. Your children will be left in the hands of no one. All property will not protect you. Sadly, your friends and family will move on. Protect yourself and your loved ones from mosquito bites. Sleep under a mosquito net every night. Clear bushes and stagnant water around your home and close all doors and windows by 6 p.m. The power lies with you.
A very good morning to you, and thank you so much for keeping it NBS Television. This is the Morning Breeze, your most authoritative morning current affairs show. It's a Thursday, but we're counting down 7 days, or I want to say 6 because I do not want to count the 15th, but we'll be going in for another general election for Uganda. And of course, this is the period, the time that presidential candidate, members of parliament, amongst other people, are doing their last minute courting of the different players or the voters, coming out with different strategies on how they can be able to woo as many votes to themselves. As it has always been on Thursday, our conversations rotate around the economy, and today we'll be looking at the contribution to trade by the current establishment that is seeking another term, particularly President Yoweri Museveni will be seeking an 8th term. But what is the assessment of commitment to trade, or the assessment of what the current establishment has done? And none other than the two distinguished guests that will be joining me this morning. On my immediate right, today I've broken the rule. I normally start with ladies first, except when there is danger. But allow me introduce to you Mr. Philip Kakuru, who is a senior presidential advisor on trade. Mr. Kakuru, it's a pleasure having you here. Good morning.
Good morning. And it's my pleasure that we come to share with Ugandans on how far we've come, because trade is a critical element of society. It doesn't know the political climate. It doesn't know the political parties. We all want money. We all want a better working economy. And I strongly believe that all political parties want a better economy to improve their lives. So it's the economy that starts everything.
Oh, true. And I also do have the executive director of Seatin, that is Jen Nalunga. I was earlier saying I will not struggle with mentioning the entire name for the acronym because it's quite long. Jen, it's always a pleasure having you, and a good morning. Happy New Year to you, by the way.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, Mildred. And good morning, our viewers. I'm so happy to be here to talk about the economy. And I agree with my brother. Poverty has no color. It doesn't. So we have to struggle together as Ugandans to ensure that our economy improves, our economy works for all of us.
Very true. And allow me to say Happy New Year to you, Philip, because this is the first time we're definitely catching up.
Yeah, that's very correct, and thank you to the viewers, and Happy New Year to all our Ugandans and to the NRM fraternity in particular. I'm glad to be here. As you're aware, I live in the diaspora, and we came here to give a hand to our party and to make sure that what we've learned in the developed world that can translate to our people, that we don't need to take chances with the economy, we need to consolidate and protect the gains.
And this is where I want to start. With you as a presidential advisor on trade, if one would ask for an assessment of the current establishment, what does it look like for you?
At a macroeconomic level, Uganda is doing far well than where it was, as you've mentioned, we're in the 8th term. When you look at Uganda, that was in a phase of 1986 to 90, Uganda of 90s, 2000s, the 2000s to the late 2020s and post-COVID. Why am I creating this kind of breakdown? The 86 to 90 was basically recovery because there was nothing working in the country. There were no factories, there were no essential services. There was a collapsed economy that was in shambles. Now, an economy from the doldrums to an economy that comes to talk about policies and structuring or reconstruction in the 90s to the early 2000s was setting the pace. Now, when we find ourselves at a level where we are taking off, in economics we call the takeoff period, and you see Ugandans not appreciating that. I always say that an oxtail is cooked over a long time. That's why it is juicy. Unlike a popcorn, which you put in a microwave and it gets cold so fast. What would we prefer? It takes a length of time to rebuild an economy from 3.9 billion to a 67 billion projected by IMF. When you look at industrialization that has taken place, the skyscrapers in Kampala, when you look at lack of essential goods that were there in 1986 to now, we look at the oil which the British told us that the oil had evaporated because of volcanic eruptions, but the oil is setting us to a different phase. You look at institutions like URA that were brought in the 1980s and the tax collection. You look at programs that have brought Ugandans into socio-economic sector, for example, from PDM, Myoga. Every Ugandan is entrepreneurial. Now, this does not come by mistake. It's out of a conducive environment called peace. If Ugandans want to test this, they need to look at the Sudan, how fight wars during Omar al-Bashir or Libya. It is very easy to destroy in months and very difficult to rebuild. So we have a responsibility, all of us, red, yellow, blue, and the rest, that we protect the gains we have.
So in a nutshell, peace is one of the biggest contributors to the conversation of trade that we are having.
That is very correct. You have to create a conducive, peaceful environment that enables foreign direct investment, that enables protection of property and goods. You cannot invest in a place that you are not assured or guaranteed security of property, security of lives. When you look at, then you need a healthy population. How do you tell me that the life expectancy was 43, the life expectancy is 63? When you are guaranteed of a good health, you are guaranteed of longevity and you're guaranteed of investment. You look at futuristic. But when you cannot even guarantee you are living the next day, you talk about an economy where there was no energy. The energy infrastructure has been well. You cannot talk about an economy where there are no road networks. Look at the road networks you've rebuilt. You cannot talk about an economy when there are no markets. You cannot talk about an economy when you have no access to goods and services. Manufacturing was a dead thing in Africa, in Uganda specifically. Everywhere there is a small-scale factory for toilet paper, for soap, for everything, but we are importing all these goods. Now, since we've reached at this stage, why don't we protect what we've achieved?
Thank you. Thank you very much, Philip. I'll definitely be getting back to you. Jen, what's your own assessment of the current establishment that 6th and 8th term in power when it comes to trade, when it comes to industry and development?
Okay, thank you so much, Mildred. I entirely agree with Philip. When you look at our economy, historically, we are coming from very far, especially for us who were there when we had to line up for sugar, for salt and all that, you know. It was an economy in shambles. And today, I think we have a very, very firm foundation for us to be able to grow the economy even further. One of the prerequisites of an economy is a stable economic stability. And I think this government has achieved that. And I tell people about that, they say, what are you talking about, macroeconomic stability? I give an example of Zimbabwe. We have an office in Zimbabwe, but we had almost to close it, you know. The economy just disintegrated. Their money, the Zim dollar, just started inflation went up. You needed trillions to get some tomatoes until the Zim dollar just disappeared. Today, they are using a pula, South African rand and dollars, you know. So exactly. So when you look at that, we need to appreciate that when we talk about trade, the economy, the business community, you can't trade when the inflation is going up every day, when your shilling is becoming useless. And for me, I think that has been a plus for this government because it has allowed for long-term planning. You can be able to invest, knowing that if I invest so much, I will be able to invest that. But there are countries which can't do that because of a lack of macroeconomic planning. And trade has also increased. And all this was what Philip was saying is because of strategic planning. We have a national development plan. That's how a country should be run, with a plan in mind, you know. So for me, I think we are at a place where there is a firm foundation where we can be able to move. And I think for me, we have to look at the past. We have to appreciate where we are coming from. But I think we need to concentrate more on what we can be able to do to be in a better place. Because our economy is still facing a number of challenges. When we look at our business community, almost 90% are small, medium, you know, those who are, they are running businesses, they are sole proprietors, family businesses, you know. So we need to be able to ensure that we pull as many Ugandans